and welcome back to Pink Friday, the podcast where me and Izzy talk absolute shit about absolutely anything. Now, this week's episode is a little bit different. We are going to rate the worst movie on IMDb. IMDb? What's it called?
I think it's called IMDb.
IMDb. We're going to rate the worst movie on IMDb. We've watched it, so you don't have to.
Yes, and it was an interesting one. We were looking on Rotten Tomatoes, and we were like, "What is the worst rated movie?" And it is Disaster Movie, and it came out like over 10 years ago, like 12 years ago. And I know a few people that have seen it when it came out, but we'd never seen it. So we thought we'd watch it and give our opinion on it.
Yeah, so first of all, it's like just to get you back into that mindset of 2008, there was a lot of like parody movies, such as like Scary Movie and like, do you remember that the Twilight one?
Oh yeah, Breaking Wind.
Was it that Breaking Wind?
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot it was. So like, and this disaster movie is like sort of like a parody film, I would say.
Yeah, of lots of different like popular films. But yeah, it's a very random film. Like, yeah, throughout the whole thing, you're a bit like, like what is going on? It's not the type of film that has a proper story. It's just like loads of random parodies.
Yeah, yeah. There's not a storyline that goes through it at all. It's just like scene after scene, but like the scenes aren't really connected.
Yeah, but it was boxed office at 34 million.
Yeah, so it had a 15, I believe, like from the budget to like how much it made a 15 million profit, which is actually really good.
Yeah, I think it was popular at the time, like when it came out, because those types of films, like you said, were popular.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But yeah,
if it came out now, I don't think it would be as popular as it was then.
no, I think there was like it was just like it reflected like the humor and like the sort of like film genre of the time.
Mm. Yeah, it's got an interesting cast as well. Kim Kardashian features in there.
I couldn't believe it. When she came on the screen, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like,
Yeah,
she's kept that one quiet.
very like no one ever knew that. I guess have seen this movie when it came out would have known that, but like I never knew that she was like in films. I don't know
No.
if she's been in films. I didn't know she had a bit of an acting. Um, yeah, I didn't know she did much acting before. Was she? Because I don't. This was like 12 years ago. Was she that famous then?
I think it was after her sex tape got released. So she was known.
Yeah.
I think she wasn't as like well known as she is today.
Mm.
Because I think she got famous because of her sex tape, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Um, and also, I found it weird because we watched it on YouTube, like it's all on YouTube, and I found it weird that it hadn't been taken down yet.
not off YouTube, no, because I was reading the comments on the video that we watched, and apparently it got taken off loads of streaming services due to copyright.
Oh,
Because it's like, which is a bit strange because it's a parody. It's not like it's got clips of the films in it. It's like a parody, but apparently it got taken down loads.
oh, fair. That makes sense. That makes sense.
But it's in cinemas at the time.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that. I thought it was
Mm.
like one of those things that is like made straight to DVD, but it actually wasn't. So
But luckily we managed to find it on YouTube. But it'll probably get taken down soon.
yeah, it might do after this. I mean, I doubt Kim Kardashian wants to remember that. So
No, but some of the comments on the video, because I was like looking at the comments as well, seeing what people thought of it, on the YouTube video, and people were like, I can't believe I liked this as a kid. The chipmunks are terrifying. They
yeah,
ruined my childhood.
It's a very strange movie.
It is very strange. I low-key think I wouldn't have liked it as a kid either. I think I would have been quite scared.
Yeah, definitely. There's some bits that are really terrifying.
Like, very weird.
Yeah.
Disturbing, shall we
Right. So
say.
I think we've like alluded enough to it. I think we need to like dig deeper. So let's start from the beginning. What was your thoughts on the opening scenes?
I was like, is this meant to be from a film? Well, at first I was like, oh, that's a nice caveman.
Oh yeah, so it starts off like in prehistoric times.
Yeah, and I was just a bit like, is this bit meant to be from a particular film? But then he woke up and he was dreaming.
Yeah. So I think it was just I think he had a premonition.
Mm,
Basically, it starts in prehistoric times and he's being chased by something like this guy, this like
mm.
caveman. And then all of a sudden, Amy Winehouse appears as a saber-toothed tiger, but it's not actually Amy Winehouse, it's someone playing Amy Winehouse.
With a shit British accent.
Absolutely the worst accent I've ever heard.
When that came on, that was so. And then she started burping. I was like, what is going on?
I timed the burp and it was 35-second burp.
That's how long I burp.
There's no need for that. And it wasn't funny at all. Like I was
It
like, I
was.
can't believe that they like kept 35 seconds of that film is just burp. Like
It's Amy burping.
and yeah, like and it was like such weird jokes as well, like about her being in rehab.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that. But is Amy Winehouse British?
yeah, she's from
Because
Camden.
the fake accent was so bad.
I know. I think they were just like they were trying to do a London accent, but it didn't really work.
Maybe they did that on purpose just to make it funnier, but it was just cringe.
Yeah, Amy. I think the Amy Winehouse actress was like the worst actress.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
Definitely.
yeah.
Like
So
there were actually some good parodies in this. I'm not gonna even lie.
yeah, yeah. Which we'll get into a little bit later, but the first bit was just very weird.
Yeah, definitely. I really didn't like the first bit. And
Yeah,
basically, the whole point of this bit is that Amy Winehouse says that um, in the year 2008, on like a specific day, I think it was like 29th of August,
yeah.
that the world is going to end and the fate of the human race lies with this crystal skull.
Mm.
So that's the whole reason. Um, like that was the whole like first 10 minutes of the film was basically that's all we learned. Like that was the whole that that's the we pretty much literally summed up like the first 20 minutes of the film.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought the beginning carried on for too long, like the caveman scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they dragged that on for like way too long. It was, and the film's not even like that long. So for me, I was like, have they like, did they struggle to like film any more scenes that they're dragging out the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they. I'd love to see like the what they like left out of the film because like do you know
It's
what
not
I mean?
that long.
Yeah, it's really not that long. So I feel like they filmed more, but maybe they were like maybe they weren't allowed to parody certain bits. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Because
it was really bad.
yeah, and then he wakes up from a dream, and I'm like, oh, this is random.
Yeah, so it was all a dream.
And then we've got Flavor Flav pops out.
And I think that was actually Flavor Flav, right?
I was thinking that was it Flavor Flav?
I think he was actually Flavor Flav.
Shall I look it up?
Yeah,
Flavor.
because there was a few like real people and there was a few like fake people, and sometimes it was hard to see who was real.
Yeah, because wasn't Dr. Phil in it, or was that a parody?
That was a fake Doctor Phil. Yeah, that was definitely a parody. But
Uh,
yeah, Flavor Flav was in bed. Oh, and Will wakes up on the August the 29th of 2008, so like the day that the world is going to end, basically. So he realizes that his dream has some truth to it.
oh yeah. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. So basically, like, right.
It wasn't Flavor Flav.
It,
It was an actor called A.B. Springer.
oh my god, I really thought that was Flavor Flav.
Yeah, I did as well. I sound like an idiot if I go, oh yeah, Flavor Flav's in.
I really thought that because like we had a full-on Kim Kardashian, I thought they would be able to get Flavor Flav,
Yeah, and
but no.
Dr. Phil.
Yeah, but I don't think that was actually Dr. Phil though.
No, it wasn't. I'm joking.
Yeah, like
and
yeah, it was just very strange, wasn't it? I just kept on writing down like this is so weird, like this is
yeah,
fucking really weird.
I think I've got what the fuck is going on like 20 times.
Yeah, I've literally wrote down literally the weirdest film ever. It's like
Literally.
so weird. Like I feel like that really sums it up, like just so weird.
The good thing was that the main character guy was actually quite attractive.
He was. I was gonna say that,
I
but
wrote it down.
he had no personality. Like his only
Yeah.
personality trait was that he didn't want a
Yeah,
relationship.
that's the other thing. Like the main character, you'd think would be the most important, but he just faded around. He like faded into the back.
I mean, he had the most personality because like all the other ones were just like didn't have any personality trait.
No.
Like Kim Kardashian, fully. I don't know how I would even describe her character. Like she was just like the girlfriend of someone, and she was quite a main character. But
For about 10 minutes.
yeah. But it's even so, she was like I would say that she was a main character.
Yeah. But yeah, the main character, the whole thing was just him wanting to rescue his girlfriend. Like we didn't get to know him as a character.
Yeah, but he didn't want a relationship either. So it was like, oh,
Mm.
it would have been nice at the end, like for it to end and they'd be like, oh, I want to like be in a relationship now. But it was sort of like in the middle, he said that he wanted to be in a relationship, and I was like, oh, so that's the movie then. Like that's basically that was like
Yeah,
the plot line that he didn't want a relationship. And then
yeah.
like halfway through the film, he says, I want a relationship, and then that's it.
I know it's just weird. Like there was no that was the plot line. Like
That was the film basically.
mm, yeah, it was yeah, but it was very very strange. Um, but then after all that like dream stuff, it's then like the party.
Yeah, so
Uh,
he's 25
yeah,
and then he wants a sweet 16. So then
I was like, what the hell?
the next scene is is his sweet 16. Which do you remember that TV show?
Which TV show?
It was like My Sweet 16.
No, I've not heard of that.
Oh, I think this is what it was like trying to parody.
Oh, possibly.
And
Yeah.
it was on MTV, and it was like these spoiled children wanted like the best invites, like they wanted like the best presents, and like
Oh, I
they
do know that. Yeah, no, I've seen that.
yeah, I think
There's...
that's what it was trying to parody.
Oh my god, I didn't realise. Oh, no, I have seen that with those like rich kids, and they have Sweet 16.
Yeah. Because that was around the same time that this film was out, so I think that's what they were
Mm,
trying to parody, but it was
yeah.
weird.
But we see a lot of parody film characters in the party. So we got Juno, and I think the only bit that I laughed at throughout the whole film was when they take the piss out of Juno and she hits the guy with the guitar.
Yeah,
I don't know why I laughed at that bit. I think I love Juno, so I just found that funny.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, then you see like Dr. Phil and then High School Musical. They rock up.
yeah. And I actually thought that that song was really catchy.
It low-key was, to be fair, and it wasn't bad singing. It was just like it was just a bit like cringe, wasn't it?
It was a bit like generic, but like I guess High School Musical was quite
It is generic.
generic.
Yeah.
But I did put that B Tech Troy Bolton is Loki fit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I literally. Why do we literally have the same brain? I literally wrote nice. I wrote nice B Tech Troy Bolton.
Did you actually?
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Um,
And I also didn't get the whole shooting bit. Like, why did that girl want that guy to shoot her or something?
I have no idea. And that girl was actually she was a guest judge on Britain's Got Talent. I think her name was Carmen.
Yeah, I thought I recognised her.
And I was like, what's she doing here? Like, first Kim Kardashian. I'm like, what the fuck? She's in the movie. And then
Mm,
Carmen Carrera, what was it? Carmen, no, that was the drag queen. Carmen something.
yeah,
And yeah,
it was very weird.
what?
And then the Justin Timberlake, the B-Tech Justin Timberlake.
Oh yeah, that was really weird. And
That was.
Soldier Boy, I don't think it was actually Soldier Boy.
Oh yeah, I did write that down because I was like, is that a Soldier Boy parody or was it? Because I thought I recognised like the song and I was like, oh my god, that's Soldier Boy. But it's
Yeah,
not. I don't think it was the actual Soldier Boy.
yeah. No, I don't think it was either.
But if they could get Kim Kardashian, they could have got Soldier Boy.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking throughout this whole movie. Like, how have they got Kim Kardashian, but they can't get like
Mm.
the other real people?
I know. Like, where's just where? Why can't they get Troy Bolton?
Yeah. One of the weirdest parts for me was, do you remember the guy was singing like an Ed Sheeran style song about the fact that he wanted his girlfriend to have an abortion?
When was that bit?
That was in the High School Musical bit. It was like just before I think the High School Musical bit.
Oh yeah.
And then the pregnant girl is like, "I want to. I'm selling my baby on eBay."
Oh yeah, that's Juno.
Oh, is that Juno?
Yeah, have you seen Juno?
No.
Oh, Juno's about like Juno's a really good film about a teenage girl that gets pregnant.
Oh,
So it was, and that was a really popular film at the time. It's a good film. You should watch it.
I thought that bit was very weird.
Yeah, so it's a piss take of that because that film came out at the same time and it was really popular.
Oh, I get you now.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I found that whole bit confusing, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
no, because it like there's like a cringe bit in the film, the actual film at the end where they both sing it like with the guitar. So it was taking the piss out of that.
Oh, that makes so much
Yeah,
sense now.
yeah, yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, that's the thing. There were some films that I were like, I'm not sure what that's all about. Like maybe the shooting bit was a parody of something,
Yeah, I reckon it was. But that's
but
the
I
thing,
didn't.
like it sometimes it was like so bad that you didn't even like I probably would have seen like the film, but I had
Mm,
no idea what they were referencing because it was like so bad.
mm, yeah, yeah, they didn't really do that very well.
No. And I
Yeah,
like the High School Musical bit, but I just felt it did go on for a very long time.
yeah. Did you find? And then it like kind of goes into like the world starting to end like an earthquake. Did you find the Hannah Montana bit really annoying?
Yeah.
Like when she kept waking up, I was like, "Fuck off!"
I literally
Like,
put
I'm not
"Fake
gonna
Hannah
wake.
Montana dies, not funny at all."
Yeah, it
Like,
was. It just got annoying. Like if they did it twice, but then she like kept doing it.
yeah. Yeah, that
Um,
was really annoying. The fake Hannah Montana bit.
yeah, I was like, I love Hannah Montana, but I've never wished death on Hannah Montana before until that film.
I was literally like, fucking die.
Literally.
And
Oh
the
dear.
only joke was about the merch, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally. And then it was like, um, the white chicks bit was really random. Was it white chicks or was it Sex in the City?
I think it was Sex in the City.
Because I thought one of them looked like one of the people from White Chicks, but then the rest were Sex in the City, I think.
Potentially.
Um, but yeah, yeah, that whole bit was like really weird, where they have like the fight.
And the pregnant woman starts like lactating.
Yeah, I was like, this is a bit weird to watch now.
Yeah, that bit was like weird. And
Yeah,
the pregnant girl's only characteristic is that she's pregnant, which is true.
literally.
Like,
And that's the thing, because Juno in the actual film, the reason why it's a good film is because her character is very like quirky and funny, and like um, so like they've made it really shit. Because now people, if they watch that, they're gonna be like, oh, is that what Juno's about?
yeah, but it's not.
But no, so it ruined Juno.
Yeah.
Um, well, it ruined, but yeah,
Yeah.
and then it all got really weird. Like the whole like body parts started falling down. I was like, they looked so fake.
Yeah, that bit was one of the worst bits.
Yeah, it was just weird. That was all really weird. And then Kim K dies.
Yeah, I put Kim Kardashian dies, and that's tragic. Because she was like, I was just like mesmerized by her.
Yeah,
Because like, I was like, what is she doing? Like, do you remember when they were dancing in the High School Musical bit? I was like, oh my god, she can't dance at all, and that was really shocking to me.
yeah. But then, is she known for being a dancer?
No, I think she was on like the American version of Strictly, but I don't know how far she got. I couldn't tell you.
Hmm.
I think she has been on like dance. I think it's called Dancing in the Stars over there.
Yeah, it's called that. But yeah, the High School Musical. So, yeah, did you notice that a lot of the same actors played the same characters?
No.
Because I feel like in the High School Musical bit, I recognised quite a few actors that were playing the other characters.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, like the B-Tech Troy Bolton looked similar to like the main character, but I don't know if it was the same person.
Oh, I didn't think so, but
Not too sure. If you've seen the movie as well, let us know if that's true. Like if
yeah.
because I don't know. I was a bit unsure. I was like, I swear, like the guy's girlfriend was in it, was one of the High School Musical people, but that might just be me being a bit dumb. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, you might be right. You actually might be right. Now I think about it.
Now, the only good actor in this film who absolutely got the parody that they were doing spot on was the girl who played Enchanted.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree with that. She was
Like,
she was annoying. The character was really annoying.
yeah.
But
But the character in the actual film is kind of a bit. It was exactly like that.
yeah, so it was a good parody. But I was surprised that they did an Enchanted parody.
Yeah, I love that film. I don't know why they did that.
Like it seemed quite random to me that they did like an Enchanted one.
Yeah, it could have been any other. I think it might be because I remember Enchanted was came out around the same time. I think.
Yeah, but I don't remember it being like a big deal.
Really? No,
Yeah,
it's quite a big Disney film. I remember watching it in the cinema and stuff.
really. Yeah, I watched it in the cinema actually. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it, but I didn't remember it being like this massive like pop cultural sort of hit.
Well, it was 340.5 million at the box office.
Okay, fairs. Okay, fairs.
I think it was popular when it came out.
Yeah,
I for- I've forgotten about it when I watched it because I watched it again quite recently, and that was like for the first time in years. I forgot how good it was.
really. I definitely want to watch that again soon.
It is like it's actually quite funny,
Really.
but then I don't know.
I do
Uh,
love that song that's in it, like, how does she know that you love her? That's an absolute banger.
the bonker.
Bonker.
That is a bonker. But yeah, I thought the actor who was parodising that, did that really well.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, but then by this point, I was pretty much like, what the hell? There is no structure to this. Like, what is going on?
yeah.
Because, like, 1 minute there's an earthquake, Kim Kardashian dies, then Enchanted pops out. Like, it was all just, it was a lot to take in.
Yeah, there was literally no
Hmm.
yeah, there's a bit coming up. I'll just say it now. But they get told that like they have to leave the town.
Oh, yeah.
It's like so then I was like, oh finally we're getting like a plot. Like finally there's like a bit of a plot. Like they've got to leave the town.
Hmm.
But they have to rescue his girlfriend who's stuck in the Natural History Museum.
Hmm.
I was like, finally, there's a plot, but then like, there's no rush. Like after that, there's no sort of like they never repeat that they have to get out of town. Like there's no sense of urgency. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They, they don't go on like a journey.
yeah, it's not like all that it needed was literally them to be like, right, we've got to get out of here so that we can get out of town. Like that's all that it needed. It just needed that like sort of like contingency. But it was literally just
Yeah.
like it's mentioned once, and then it's never really mentioned again.
No, no, that's the thing. It's very, yeah, like there was like no story. Like throughout the whole thing, I was just like, what weird thing is gonna like pop up next?
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, the most disturbing bit was when she eats the glass.
that was horrible.
I was like, oh, like it was one of those moments you just like cringe. I was like, I can't watch.
That was
But yeah.
absolutely horrible. Yeah.
And then these like, and then I think, oh, finally, maybe this film. You know what? Maybe this film might be normal. And then these big ass chipmunks come out the corner.
Yeah. Alvin and the Chipmunks crackhead version turns up.
I don't think I could ever watch that film again.
No.
It's ruined it. If I was a kid, that would have scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I put Alvin and the Chipmunks turn crazy and are scary.
Literally, it was at that point where I was like, whoever made this movie was on drugs. I swear. I
Yeah.
can't.
That
Like, what
it
the
was
hell?
the most like what the fuck is happening moment.
Yeah, literally.
And
Oh, they were terrifying.
and also the enchanted princess is actually a homeless drug addict. But I feel like they were like the bit that I was like, oh, this is really bad is when she was like, oh yeah, I do lots and lots of drugs, and she kept on repeating that she did drugs, and I was
Yeah,
like, that, like as in like that was meant to be like one of the most funniest like moments, and I was like, this is absolutely awful.
yeah. It wasn't funny. Definitely
And,
not.
and
Mm.
Kim Kardashian's ex suddenly falls in love with Enchanted.
Yeah, very random.
I was like, he moved on fast.
Yeah, and then a weird bit happens at the end, but we'll get like back into that. Although we're nearly at the end of the film, like we're going through like everything that happened, but um, yeah, the most disturbing bit was definitely like when she eats glass and the chipmunks.
Absolutely, that would have fully given me nightmares.
I didn't get the Batman bit, like I didn't really get what was going on there.
No, like all that he was trying to say is that like they had to leave town,
Mm,
but then yeah, he just thought, yeah, no, that was weird. That whole Batman bit was really weird.
yeah, I didn't really get it.
No, I
And then
didn't.
Michael Jackson pops up, and I'm like, what?
That was weird. He was with like a monkey and a kid, wasn't he?
Oh my god, oh dear.
And with Reese, yeah, it was. I found it really interesting though that they that because that was before he died.
Yeah, so they couldn't get him in the film.
Yeah, but they like knew the allegations because I thought the allegations were quite new, but maybe I'm just a bit like naive.
Well, that's the thing. At first, I was like, um, at first I was like, oh, it's a bit strange, like seeing him in this film. Obviously, it's not actually him. But then I was like, well, it did come out 12 years ago.
Yeah,
But then there were allegations back then, so I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe that's what happened in the actual film.
It was very strange, wasn't it?
Hmm. And again, they could get Kim Kardashian in it, but they couldn't get Michael Jackson. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, so that was very, very strange.
I did feel like it was quite nostalgic, like just in general, the film
Yeah.
in like a weird way. It was like, oh, like these were like the films that we grew up on, like High School Musical, Enchanted.
Yeah,
It was quite, it was weirdly nostalgic.
to be fair, yeah. Like I say I hadn't seen like most of like a few of the films, but I feel like I knew most of them
Yeah,
that that they were taking the mick out of, and even if I hadn't seen them, like I knew what they were, like when the Hulk turned up.
oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's a shame because you would think, right, that a parody about a bunch of really popular films would be really funny.
Mm.
Like I would think that would be quite a fun, like a good film. Um, because it's like loads of different films in one, but it really wasn't.
No, I didn't laugh once.
No.
Like,
So it's a film that could have had potential, but it didn't.
yeah, I just think it. I think it was quite lazy.
Yeah, and just like weird.
Yeah, do you like when all the characters keep on like getting hit by a cow?
Mm.
That was really weird.
Yeah, I didn't really get what that was a Mickey take of.
No, I have no idea.
I feel like the ending dragged on a bit though. Like the whole fight with like Indiana Jones, and then after that they get married, and then it all gets a bit weird.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was like, why is he even deciding to stay Amy from the museum? Because he
Yeah.
literally told her to fuck off because he didn't answer the phone. Like it wasn't true love, was it?
No.
So I'm like, why are you like why are you even risking your life? Like there's no need.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even love her.
No.
But then
And
I was
it's
like, fair enough. Oh, the weirdest bit was when Alvin and the Chipmunks ate that pregnant woman.
oh yeah,
That was fucking weird.
that was just I can't.
Yeah, so Juno dies.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, Juno dies.
Oh, who would have thought we'd watch a film with Juno getting eaten by Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Literally no one. No one could have predicted that.
So weird. But yeah, the whole ending was a bit weird. And at the end, I wrote, "How is this PG?" Because there was loads of like swearing,
Yeah.
and I swear that if you use that, like if it's a PG, there's never normally like swearing.
No, there's not. Well, was it a
Like,
PG film?
yeah, it was rated PG.
You're joking, there's all that death. That
Yeah,
must be like fake. Surely it can't be a PG.
yeah. Because
No way.
I looked up before I watched it because I was like, is it gonna be gory? Oh dear. And it was like it said it was PG. I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. But that at the end, they're all like, oh, I fucked this person. I fucked this person. Do you remember at the end?
Yeah.
And I was like, how's this PG? Because I swear, like, if it's a PG, it's not like meant to be like that. Very weird.
No, yeah. The whole film was just had no storyline and just like weird references. Some were good, some were bad,
yeah,
but there was like no storyline.
yeah. I think that's what made it the worst thing.
Yeah, I think that's why it's like regarded as like the worst film ever made because literally it was just. I think they thought of like, oh, what films could we parody? What scenes from the films could we use? And let's just throw it together and see what happens.
Yeah, make it really weird.
Yeah, and then they stop the end of the world from happening, don't they?
I think, yeah, I think they.
The Crystal Skull, so like their end of the world has stopped.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, it was a weird thing.
so weird. Um, but yeah, I guess bottom line is um what would you give it like a rating out of?
So it is the worst film that I have ever seen,
Mm.
definitely. But I don't usually watch films that I don't think I'd like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
So I feel like if we did this again with another film, I could potentially like I found it entertaining. I was never bored.
no,
So I would give it like if does zero count? Like, can we give films a zero?
yeah,
Okay, I would give it a one then.
yeah,
I'd give it a one.
yeah.
But
I
it was
think I
not
would.
like the worst. Like zero's the worst, so I would give it a one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it a one because I guess you could say it was entertaining in the sense of it was just weird. Um, but I hated the fact that it had cringy acting, no storyline, and it just there's a difference between being weird and then being disturbing.
Yeah. And what did you think about the characters?
Like not that good. Not gonna lie, some good, some bad.
Yeah, I just didn't think they had any like sort of characteristics.
Yeah, and it was like cringe the way they acted. Some of them.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Like the best and even in the Enchanted one was a good parody, but she was still really annoying character.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't have kept her in for the whole film because she got annoying in the end.
Yeah. I mean,
At first, I thought, oh, this is quite funny, but then she just got annoying.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Yeah, so would we recommend it?
If you want to be like, if you don't really care what you're watching and it's just a bit of like a laugh, then
yeah,
I would like. No, to be honest, no, I wouldn't recommend it.
no, it's some. if you love films like Scary Movie, then maybe you'll like this because maybe that's your humor.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I swear, Scary Movie is really popular.
Yeah, but I feel like Scary Movie is a little bit better than this.
Mm,
Like when I watch Scary Movie, I don't remember being like as.
disappointed.
I think it's easy to make a horror film funny
Yeah.
because it's like, do you know what I mean? You can kind of be like, yeah, I think it's a lot easier to make a horror film for it funny. Um, whereas like these kind of like disaster movies anyway are sort of like and they parodied like they didn't parody like disaster movies such as like like the end like like those like sort of like Olympus Has Fallen. They didn't even parody those. They just parodied like I think that would have been funnier, if they parodied like an actual disaster movie, but it was
Mm,
like if they just did it with like really shit special effects and like
yeah.
I think that would have been funnier. But they parodied like really random stuff that was meant to be like High School Musical is like fun anyway, and like if they parodied like High School Musical, that would be more funny because I think they could make it more funny. But like putting High School Musical into a disaster film didn't find funny at all.
No,
It just didn't
not
like really link.
no, nothing linked. No, nothing linked.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I really enjoyed this episode though because it gave us a chance to like watch something, give our opinion. It was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So if you liked it, then please do tell us because we do really appreciate your feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for listening to this week's episode. We will be back next Friday and we're going to be talking about whether or not going to university this year during this kind of COVID time is worth doing, like whether we were judging by our experience doing online lectures and all that kind of stuff. So do tune in next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been Alex,
I've been Izzy.
and see you next week.
See you next
Bye.